I hate his thumbnails. I like his thumbnails. I hate his titles. I like his titles. I hate his clickbait. I like his clickbait. I hate it when he yells. I like it when he yells. I hate his scripted videos. I like his scripted videos. I hate his stupid face. Well, I hate it too, but y'all need to make up your mind. I don't know what kind of videos y'all want from me, but I'm just gonna keep on making the videos I want to make. Starting with another review on a game that I've been addicted to lately and can't stop playing. Every now and then on this channel, I've been having some fun making videos about games that I've been addicted to. And what do I mean by a game I'm addicted to? Well, I mean, I'm a YouTuber who makes video game reviews for a living at this point, and I try really hard not to get bogged down on any one game and just play that game on repeat again and again and again and again because I know I have other things to do. Yes, Nintendo, I realize you gave me a review copy of Wolfenstein and I was supposed to have done that about 2 weeks ago, but I've been busy. And that's kind of what I mean. Games that I'm playing and trying really hard not to keep playing, but I find myself addicted to them and I just can't put them down. I should probably feed the cats. I feed the cats. It's okay. Oh, new shirt, who dis? Sorry, I look stupid now. Look even more stupid because I can't get it off. Come on. What game is it, you might be asking at this point? And I'm sure a lot of you have guessed already, but the game I'm addicted to this time is Dead Cells. I gotta be honest, Dead Cells really took me by surprise. Leading up to playing it, I'd never seen it before. Never seen any kind of gameplay, never seen a trailer, hadn't seen nothing. I'd seen the box art and I was told that it was out at GameStop. I went home, I booted up my Twitch, hashtag beatemupswood, follow me on Twitch, shout out to myself on Twitch, and started playing this game for the first time. Again, knowing nothing about it, as soon as I started, the game informed me that it was random generated permadeath. And instantly right there, the game lost me a little bit. Not because I hate that genre, not because I think it's a bad genre, I'm just kind of getting over playing what feels like the same game again and again and again. A pixel art looking game that's random generated, and more often than not it has permadeath. Like, okay, some of them are very different in their gameplay style, like Enter the Gungeon, which by the way I also really love, so maybe I'm just being a hypocrite, is a top-down twin-stick shooter, where this game is a side-scrolling 2D hack-and-slash style game. It's very different in the way that it functions, but theoretically it's the same thing. I'm playing a game for X amount of time, 10, 20, 30 minutes, I'm dying, and then that's it, game over. I can play again if I want, and try and be better next time, and I never really found that concept alluring in a video game. Sure, it harkens back to the NES days, but we've moved past that at this point. I did my years as an NES gamer when I was a kid, and now I want to play more fully fleshed out adventure games. But where a lot of these permadeath roguelike style games don't appeal to me, Dead Cells manages to put a hook and a twist on it that keeps me playing and playing and playing. And that twist is, unlike games even like Enter the Gungeon, once you die, hope isn't all completely lost. You're not completely starting at the beginning and trying to be better again. You actually do make progress as you play. As you play through the levels and kill things dead, you collect their cells, dead cells, and then when you hit a checkpoint at the end of the level, you can invest those dead cells into upgrades. It can be things like giving you an extra shot of your health potion so that you have another chance of boosting your health back up in between these checkpoints when you're out there battling and slugging against enemies. Another upgrade you can level up is that at the start of each playthrough, you get to choose between a projectile and a shield weapon. So something else you can level up is having these two weapons at the start change and rotate and be better weapons. You can even use your cells to unlock other weapons that will sporadically pop up through your playthroughs. So there are a lot of things that you can invest in and build up that actually goes through all your playthroughs. And what that mechanic leads to is actual progression. Yes, you're starting right back at the start, but every time you start again, you're a little bit more upgraded than the last time. And as you chip away at these upgrades and invest more cells into them, the easier the playthroughs become. And suddenly that first area, which initially was quite challenging, becomes really easy and you're blasting through it in a minute or so. But then 2 or 3 stages later, you start feeling that grind again. You start feeling these enemies become really overpowered. But if you can beat that stage even once, even twice, and collect enough cells from that stage to level up some more things, the next time it's gonna be easier again. And it makes you feel stronger. It makes you feel more badass every time you start the game again, and you have that added excitement of not really knowing what every playthrough is gonna look like or what weapons you're gonna get on that playthrough. And there's also crazy strong enemies. Like at points there's elite enemies which are really tough to take down. You can find them just in the world as you're going along, but there's also somewhat story progression elite enemies that if you can take them down, you'll unlock a new ability, like the ability to transport between two stones, or the ability to have vines sprout from the ground so you can start accessing new areas and finding new and harder locations. And you only have to defeat those enemies and get those upgrades one time, and then you have it for every other playthrough. So let's talk about these actual gameplay mechanics, because they are smooth like silky clean butter. Immediately as you start playing this game, you can feel how smooth and fluid and fantastic the gameplay is. No matter what item, sword, weapon, projectile you have, everything feels really fast and really fluid. Whether you're swinging away with your sword like crazy and stun-locking enemies, or throwing daggers really fast and causing them to bleed, right from the start everything feels fast and fantastic. But as you play more and more and start utilizing other mechanics like the dodge roll, where you can essentially roll out of the way of almost any attack, or the ground pound move, where if you drop down from a platform above an enemy and slam into the ground, you can stun them. Once I started utilizing all of these gameplay mechanics and practicing and going another round, suddenly I went from being easily overwhelmed by several enemies and being stun locked and killed instantly, to rolling around and ground pounding and throwing out certain items and abilities, and finding myself taking down 8 or 9 enemies just within my proximity and not taking any damage. My items might have been a little better and more upgraded at that point as I had played through the game a lot more, but even if you gave me those items back when I started playing the game, that still would have overwhelmed me and taken me down with ease. It was the fact that I am utilizing everything available to me now, and I'm zipping around everywhere and just destroying everything, and it feels amazing. Depending on who you are and what items you pick and what you select, you can really have a completely different gameplay style to someone else. Or even you yourself, as you're playing through one playthrough to the next playthrough, you might find yourself playing a completely different way depending on the items that you're given. Whether you're over the whole indie pixel art style or not at this point, you have to admit the pixel art in this game is gorgeous. The way the characters interact with each other, the expressions that you can get from the main character, he still emotes so much emotion through his body language or his subtle little gestures. And the interactions he has with the world can be really humorous as well. Along your playthroughs, you'll have moments where you find a door or you find a cell cage with a monster behind it, and you can have conversations with people that give you little clues as to what actually is going on in this story, as well as finding things like giant stacks of your own dead bodies just piled on top of each other and really wondering what is going on here, what happens every time I die. And at the end of the day, the reason I am addicted is because it is an addictive game. That feeling of wanting to go one more, it's similar to something like Fortnite. I don't want to bring up that, yeah, I know, but it's that feeling of, oh damn it, I died. Well, let me try again one more time. I know I can do better next time. And it's the exact same feeling with Dead Cells. Every time you die, it's like, yeah, I kind of want to play again. And even sometimes when I don't really want to play again, I've just played like 5 or 6 times in a row and I'm done for the night, I'll say to myself, well, I'll just check what weapon spawned at the start of this playthrough. And if it's a cool weapon like the electric whip, which I freaking love the electric whip, you can just whack like crazy with that thing and it'll target anything around you. Even the high enemies, it'll go up and attack them for you. And it also stun locks enemies, so you're just attacking them really quickly and they can't do anything. It's freaking awesome. And if I see that weapon, there's no way that I'm turning the game off at that point. I'm playing again for another 10, 20, 30, 40 minutes and seeing how far I can get on that playthrough. As always in my videos, I say a line like this: there is so much more in this game that I could talk about, but what I like to do in my videos is talk about the things I love the absolute most, the things I think are the biggest draw to the game, and then I try and leave as many things secret as possible for you guys to go out and discover for yourself. And there's definitely a lot that you only start discovering once you've put a lot of time into it. A lot of the later stages, later enemies, later items, abilities, secrets, all of that kind of good stuff. If you like what I've said so far, pick it up, play it, and keep playing it, and discover those things on your own. Dead Cells has easily become one of my favorite experiences on my Nintendo Switch, but also just one of my favorite indie games of all time. And if nothing else, if you go out and buy this for yourself and you don't like it, hey, you get some friggin' awesome box art for your shelf. Tell me that doesn't look gorgeous. So that's my current addiction, and now that I've made this video, hopefully I can finally stop playing it for a while because I really want to review this game. It's adorable and I love it. If you liked this video or you learned a little something, make sure you subscribe because I'd really appreciate it, and we become best friends. Click or tap on this video right here because it might have been better than this one, but there's only one way to find out, and that's by clicking it. Make sure you follow me on Twitch, and oh, what's this? I have 2 copies, giving away a sealed copy of Dead Cells down below. Check the description and the top comment for all my giveaways. And now with all that, I feel dead. So I'm gonna go recoup my own cells by drinking some water. I don't think it works that way. I'm not a science man.